Call now.
11 days until Christmas, and one major cruise line launching a multi-billion-dollar plan to reinvent the cruise industry, get those travelers on board for the holidays and beyond. Edie Rodriguez is with us. She's the CEO and president of Crystal Cruises. She joins us right now. Good to see you, Edie.
Great to see you.
Thanks so much for joining us. So tell us about this new launch.
Well, we've got several new launches. So Crystal Cruises, as the world's most awarded luxury line, has 2 vessels today, and we sail the world from 5 nights to 128 nights. But we're launching our yacht brand extension on Sunday in the Seychelles. Next July, our river brand extension with 5 river boats. And then we're also building 3 polar class vessels with 48 residents each. And then in July of 2017, we bought a Dreamliner and a 777, and we're launching Cruising in the Sky with Crystal Luxury Air for 28 nights and 14 nights respectively,
Wow.
all inclusive.
Beautiful.
Wow.
How's business right now?
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It really is. We're very bullish on our brand, and the reason for all the growth is that we're able to catapult because business is so good.
Do you see the impact of the terrorism worries that we're all talking about every day?
You know, believe it or not, we really don't, thank goodness, because, and in fact, one of our vessels was in Paris or near Paris the following day from the sad stories that occurred a few weeks ago. But our travelers are perhaps a little bit more sophisticated, well-traveled, and love wanderlust and want to see the world. And as the top 2% of the world's wealthiest, typically, they are more seasoned and know that they're just going to not let terrorism affect their travel schedule.
Mm-hmm. How about just people, you know, again, it's really expensive to have your own yacht and fleet of airplanes. I think most people know that. But isn't that part of this, is that people don't want to incur that cost structure, but they still want to incur or at least have that kind of experience?
Sure. It's all about options. So first of all, we have many guests that own their own yachts, that own their own airplanes, but yet they still choose to cruise on us or to purchase or to charter on us. So it's very nice because then they have the option, if you will. But we just have aspirational travelers as well that perhaps aren't in that bucket, but aspire to experience the world in a luxurious manner.
But on the security issue, it probably helps you actually in a way. I mean, in a perverse way, maybe, or it sounds perverse, because it makes you, you know, it's more secure, it's more private, it's more focused, and maybe less susceptible to the risks.
Well, at All Things Crystal, we have a mantra, as does the cruise industry, and that is always safety first. Safety for the life of our crew, our guests, our vessels. So we take really, really stringent measures. We go beyond what we are required to do by law, and as well, we do a myriad of things that we do not disclose publicly for obvious security reasons. So it's just a sad reality of today's living. It's the new normal. And as a business, and a for-profit business, we always want to ensure that we provide the best possible
Which rivers do you go? Am I going to be able to go up the Amazon?
Well, not initially,
No?
but with our river brand experience, we're starting with the Main, Rhine, and Danube initially.
So we're right through Europe.
Yes.
By the way, it sounds like you have a very high-end demographic as far as your customer. Give us an idea of a price for a trip. For example, a river cruise.
Well, a river cruise would start at about $7,000, which is not exorbitantly expensive, as would our yachts. Of course, airfare and how you choose to get there is on top of that. But then we go right up to, as an example, an 89-night world cruise would be $500,000 per couple, and that's just what they spend to get on.
Wow.
And then they spend a lot more while they're on.
Food is extra.
And no, food is not extra, nor is alcohol. We're an all-inclusive brand experience.
You had predicted 24 million people will sail in 2016.
Well,
That's correct.
That's what we've got to do when we retire, Marie.
Exactly, exactly.
God forbid.
Well, it's a great way to holiday, so people should call their travel agent and book All Things Crystal.
When we live to 120.
Martin Sorrell, final comments from you this morning.
Well, next year is going to be, I think we had a record year the last, 4 years, after a really tough 9, 10, recovery in 10. But I think it's the new normal, Maria. GDP growth 3.5 to 4. Our revenues will grow by a little bit more than 3 plus, or revenues by about 4 to 5, and net sales by 3 plus. It'll be tough, but I think we'll have another good year next year.
Martin, it's been great having you on the show.
Thank you very
today.
much.
Thank you so much, Martin Sorrell. Edie, good to see you.
Thank you.
We'll
Great
be
to see you.
watching the business in 2016. Edie Rodriguez joining us there, Martin Sorrell for the hour as well. We'll be right back. We're watching markets this morning as oil broke 35.
Feeling good about Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, or Amgen?